All right, if you've been listening to Minnesota Now this week, you know that Emily Reese has been joining us every day in an effort to get us all to jump onto the Minnesota Lynx ever-growing bandwagon. The Lynx, of course, are in the playoffs. They play Game 2 against the Golden State Valkyries tonight. And I gotta say, Emily Reese, our amazing newscaster and Lynx superfan, whatever gospel you've been spreading this week, whatever you've been doing, it's working because I am feeling more emotionally invested by the day.
Excellent. That's good news.
Your work here is done.
Yes.
So on Monday, we learned, of course, about this sort of revenge tour the team is on. The Lynx are really motivated to become champions this year after a loss in the championship game that they attributed last year to a bad call. And then yesterday, we got to know the starters, a handful of just amazing people on and off the court. And today, we're going to hone in even more and get to know the StudBudz. And I can't wait for that. Tell us about the StudBudz. Like, what are they? I just started following them on Instagram.
Okay, we'll start with the basics. First of all, they're two of our players.
Yeah,
two of the most.
Like, what are they?
They're two of our most popular players on the Minnesota Lynx, Courtney Williams and Natisha Hiedeman. Now, Court and T are their nicknames, Court and T. And we're just going to start from the baseline that they're fantastic basketball players. They're phenomenally talented.
No question.
That's not what we're talking about today.
Yeah.
So that's your
We're diving deep into the heart.
That's your baseline. They're also best friends, and they have been for a long time. They've been best friends since 2019. Natisha Hiedeman, just out of college, went to play for the Connecticut Sun, and Court had been playing there for a few years. And so that is how they met. And they explained how they met and how they became friends just a few weeks ago to Slam magazine.
This was like seven years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was my baby. She came in as my rookie.
I was fresh out of college.
Yeah, so I was a vet.
Court was turned. I'm like, I want to be with her.
That was me.
And that's how it happened.
I invited her out to my birthday. She was the only one on the team I invited out to. Cause like she the only one turned enough that can hang out with me. And she came out with me.
So did.
Yeah, they call each other Twin, and they have a theme song. It's Pink Pony Club by Chappell Roan, and they have dyed their hair pink to match each other for a while now.
I love their friendship and their love. That is so sweet. So how did they become so popular?
So in late May this year, it's established they've been friends for a number of years, but in late May, they just kind of tossed around this idea, we know we're funny and fun. Let's stream our friendship. And they coined themselves the StudBudz. And that's pretty much like how it all started. They just decided to stream. There were like, I think 50 people or so on their first stream, and it just exponentially started to grow. And they would just film themselves hanging out, but it really blew up in mid-July because they did this massive 72-hour stream during the WNBA All-Star Game. And everybody, there were just so many cameos of players and people in that world, and it was really cool.
This is a big deal, right? I mean, it's gotten onto this global scale.
Yeah, definitely. I think, people really love the behind-the-scenes look into what that world is like and, like, just what they were doing the whole weekend, just even if they were walking to lunch or whatever, and they would see friends, and whether they're just hanging out here in the Twin Cities at T's apartment with her dog and cat, or if they're hanging out with other players or whatever, that behind-the-scenes look is really cool. But I would say also for someone like me, it's because T and Court are masculine Black women. And Court talked about that to sports publication Boardroom.
For a long time, it has been this idea that you got to be this feminine woman, you got to be a baddie to kind of get the sponsorship. Now, they're leaning more into authenticity. I don't get more authentic than us.
Now, she just said baddie. Right? Mm-hmm. You're going to hear that term a couple other times today, Nina.
I've heard it.
Yeah,
just
I'm
kidding.
Sure well, Nina is a baddie.
No, I'm just kidding.
Baddie basically just means a traditional, beautiful, gorgeous woman. So that's what baddie, and so we're going to talk about baddies more later. But I'll say, as a woman who dresses masculinely, I have certainly received my fair share of negative attention for that. And the fact that these two women are being celebrated for exactly who they are, that means a lot to someone like me, and I'm not the only one. So it's just really cool.
I think they kind of hit it on the head, too, with authenticity, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it used to be everything has to look a certain way or sell a certain way. And now I think that people are just inundated with so much content and people and everybody trying to be something that when people just show up as themselves authentically, I can see why this popularity has really grown.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, to the point where now they're getting all these sponsorships. You know, they have
Nice.
these deals with like DoorDash. They'll do like friend dinner dates and stream it. They threw out the first pitch at a Twins game. They just did a spot, I think a week or two ago, for Kotex, where they both, instead of pink, they dyed their hair red and they wore shirts saying, "I play on my period."
Yep.
Super cute with red hair, but they went back to pink like immediately. But one of my favorites recently was this amazing spread they did for Vogue. And like, I can't explain how good they look.
And they're just decked out in these like gorgeous suits and menswear, and their hair is pink, and they're posed together in really just fun and playful ways, lots of colors and patterns. So when they're not, modeling professionally, and they're not on the court,
Yeah.
what are they doing? It sounds like they're just hanging out.
Yeah, over the weekend they did yoga at T's apartment together. They did, best friends lunch date last week. They play video games together. They watch other WNBA games together. And really importantly about that, they do not allow people to talk trash about other WNBA players in their chat.
Oh,
So
I
they're
like
just really
that.
supportive about
Yeah,
everybody.
no need.
But on Monday, Nina, they dropped a video, and I mean, it just might be one of my favorite things I've seen on the internet in 2025, maybe ever. If there were, so the StudBudz, Court and T, if there were a third, it would be Dejanay Carrington,
Oh, okay.
also a Lynx player.
Okay.
Dejanay. She is very good friends with Court and T, so she's kind of like an honorary StudBud.
Okay.
Dejanay did a makeover on T, and they streamed it all. Now, Court knew that T was getting a baddie makeover, right? So they're going to take Natisha and turn her into this, beautiful woman. Court didn't know that they were turning T into Dejanay.
Coming to the stage, the one, the only, the baddest in the world.
But she did say it was a hard thing to do to be a baddie.
Being a baddie is hard, and my feet was hurting. I couldn't see with the eyelashes. The eyeliner was impossible. It's just crazy. I just didn't know all that went into it. So all y'all baddies, I ain't gonna cap. Shout out to y'all. Y'all got it hands down for real, for real.
Such an honest review.
Yes.
The feet, the eyeliner was impossible. Who
Yes.
hasn't felt that way about eyeliner? So they even have their own line of clothes now, Emily.
Yeah, they have a StudBudz fashion line right now, and the tracksuits are amazing, and you got to check it out. And Nina, I think you need one of the StudBudz tracksuits.
I think you and I should do the StudDuds.
Yeah.
And we just hang out at the vending machines. Well, we can't forget about the wigs.
Yeah, no, that's been a big deal, the wigs. So it's not uncommon to go to a sports game or a match and get free giveaways from a sponsor or the team or the league or whatever. It could be a shirt, a water bottle, a pair of sunglasses, you
Sure.
name it. It's just super common. So at the final game of the regular season, the giveaway was a pink wig.
Oh,
And it was
fun.
so great, inspired by the StudBudz. So loads of people in the audience were wearing them during the game last week. And it was just really sweet to see that support. And I just love that the world is embracing these women just for being the people that they are.
Yeah, and we'll see what happens tonight, right? Because their next game is at 9 o'clock in San Francisco against the Valkyries. Emily Reese, it's been super fun jumping on the bandwagon with you. I think I'm a fan. I think it happened.
Excellent.
Thank
Thanks.
you for everything. Oh, and everybody remember that the game is going to be on ESPN tonight. We'll be watching.
So I'm sorry, do I need to do anything about the fact that this light just shut off?
That's very StudDuds.
Yeah, I know.